Put this on the podcast. I might have a chance to have sex on it.
Welcome, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Journeymen podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 and losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah.
Episode 3, Midwest Mayhem. Outside of a barn at an undisclosed location in the greater Midwest, the Journeymen sit trying to find a way to hide from the atrocities committed by Green Bay in the previous week's game. Also on their minds, what may come of the beloved Chicago Bears. Well, except for Bobby, because he doesn't really care. But for the rest of the Journeymen, they fear, anxiously awaiting what the results of this game may be. We now turn to their quiet contemplations and musings for Thursday Night Football.
All right, Aaron just keeps delivering.
Ominous. Very ominous.
Setting the tone.
On the intro. Yeah, so I do want to go through what's up. It's Woj. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Journeymen podcast. We are, as Aaron said, the producer, we are playing an away game today. I do want to introduce, the panel here. I'll let the two guys that you already know introduce.
It's Bobby.
And Ryan on the mic.
And then we do have a newcomer here.
Yep, Jeremy.
Yeah, so Jeremy is my middle brother. I mentioned him a couple times on the podcast already for the Trubisky insight, which we will get into at a certain point here. But as you know, with the Fantasy Football Journeyman podcast, we are going to go to picks for the game. Game this week is the Chicago Bears. Go Bears. Against the Commanders,
Washington
right?
Commanders,
Former
Redskins.
I forgot their name already. But I'm going to open it up to Jeremy. What is your pick for the game?
We're going Bears tonight. I think this is Matt Eberflus's last chance here. I think he's going to pull out all the stops, do whatever he can to get the win. He better.
Okay, Ryan?
Man, you know what? I feel like I want to take the Commanders like it's the obvious thing, but my heart is like Bears. Screw it. Let's go Bears. They're going to do it tonight. Why not? Let's just see how it goes.
I'm going Washington Commanders. Simply put, the Bears don't have enough momentum to, I think, slow down because Philly last week with Washington put them all the way down to the fourth quarter, and that's Philly. So Bears are nowhere near any caliber on offense, defense, what have you.
Yeah, I think the game actually went to overtime last week.
OT, you're right.
Yeah, definitely a thing. And Jeremy, just remind us again, what is your affiliation, the team that you root for?
The Bears.
Da Bears.
He said that with zero confidence.
We got
zero.
Would you really have a whole lot of confidence?
I feel for you guys. I really do.
Yeah, this year has been a little rough so far, but we can still turn it around. This game, for the people that watched the last episode when Bobby had his implosion about the Packers.
Yeah, my Packers. It was sad display.
It could be the Bears coming, implosion for this game here. But what we are going to get into here is the.
Wait, what are you taking?
Oh,
yeah.
I thought. I didn't even
you
know.
Didn't even
say it. I'm Bears all the way. I will Bears till I die, man.
All right.
I can never bet against.
Also, what's Aaron taking? I want to know his opinion.
In a world where disappointment knows no bounds, we stay committed to the team that constantly blows the lead 3 quarters into the game and plays like a high school football team, playing a
Train of thought.
Childish team.
All right, Bears.
Don't worry, we'll get into that.
Our Homer panel is going with the Bears.
That's right.
Okay, so we're going Bears. Sorry, I do.
In my defense, I did lose it, but hey, I'm making up more shit.
It's all good.
It's
I
like
like it.
You had a Michael Scott
fluid.
moment where you're going to find the sentence along the way, but they just didn't come. It's okay.
Yeah, that's called a stroke, thank you.
All right, so let's get into the Bobby's Bets and Woj's wager corner
Bobby's
here.
Bets.
Bobby, I'll let you go first.
Alrighty, we got today. I'm logging in. Sorry, I usually.
You're not prepared?
Ill prepared.
Ill prepared. Here we
The
go.
Wi-Fi password is 1, 2.
I got a few.
3,
I got a fun one. Okay, I got a 5-leg parlay and a 3, but 5-1 is Washington beating the spread, so 5.5. Brian Robinson touchdown anytime. Over 25.5 for Commanders total points. Cole Kmet over 31 yards receiving, and DJ Moore anytime score. touchdown.
What's the $5 to pay out what?
It's a $10 bet to pay out 218.
Okay, solid. And is that the only one you have or another
No,
one?
I have two others. One was
Just do one of those.
we'll do one of them. Brian Robinson 40 yards rushing and DJ Moore 40 yards receiving. If that occurs, $25 bet pays out 75.
That's a pretty good one right there.
Right.
Jeremy, what do you got this week?
Oh, we got two big parlays here.
Here we go.
We got a 6-legger, Justin Fields over 51 yards. Justin Fields with at least one touchdown. Sam Howell under 240. Brian Robinson 17 rush attempts, and then anytime scores Justin Fields and DJ Moore. $1 bet to pay out $120.
See,
Okay.
there it is. That
I mean, the Sam
George
Howell right
Washington.
there. Yeah, under yards. That's ridiculous there. And then what's the other one? Is it another long one?
Oh, the other one's big. I'll summarize.
How many legs?
It's 7.
Okay.
What you need to know is it's $5 to pay out 102, and it's heavy on Justin Fields. Basically, we got Justin Fields having a good passing game, touchdowns, 18 completions, and Brian Robinson to do well as well. So
Okay.
that's what we're looking
on the Fields train. Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, so I'm looking at. I got a nice little free bet here. Still believing in Justin Fields' throw. Like his line is 1.5 for passing touchdowns. You got to take that.
Yep.
He might flip it to somebody for a touchdown. Khalil Herbert 50 yards over rushing.
God, I
DJ
hope
Moore
so.
over 55 receiving, and then anytime touchdown scorer Justin Fields, DJ Moore. Again, it goes with.
Is it either or are you saying both of them?
It's
Both. Okay, I thought it
5
was like
legs.
either one because they have some of those options when they throw out.
Right. No, I
Right.
get it. Yeah, I always kind of go straight leg, and then
Okay.
that one pays out, I believe, 75 on a $5, 66, pretty much
Hey,
the
that's
same thing.
yeah. Hey
And-
guys, cheers, Butkus.
Cheers.
Yep. Okay. So you just interrupting
sorry.
the segment. That's cool. But cheers to the great Dick Butkus, passed away today. One of the Bears legends. I mean, they've been showing highlights all pregame right here, which I love the nostalgia kind of film feel, where you kind of get that like
That
old
grainy,
school grain. Yeah.
Forearm
Kinda cool.
shivers, throat hits, football.
Best jersey I've seen at a Bears game, Dick Butkus high school jersey. This dude was rocking.
No
Yeah.
way.
That's
I got
rolling
my
way back.
dad an authentic jersey though. I had to get it on eBay from one of the Pro Bowls or something like that. There's a patch and everything, and it's heavy. It has that that sweater on the field. And my dad's like, "Oh," and it was super big on him. So I'm not even sure if it was a legit jersey because it looked like pads could fit underneath it. But he got it tailored up. But I got that as a gift.
That's a solid one
Very
for
cool.
sure.
That's a good son right there.
So, my last bet is, again, a theme that we kind of talked about between the last couple episodes, the unreleased, which hopefully will be released at some point, and then episode 2. So, I have the under for this game. I've been trying to figure out. Last week, I actually hit the over. Because
Yeah, that was a good call.
I said in the pregame that I really think these two teams could score. Now, in this week, I'm not super confident that
What's the total?
45 is the line.
is the line.
He took the under.
Took the under on today's game. I think that's
I could actually see that. I don't see the Bears
pretty
having
solid.
much production.
I'm feeling a lot of field goals. A lot of field goals today.
I hope so. I have Sly and went. Oh, sorry. I'm jumping segments again.
No, it's good. No,
I'm jumping
exactly.
segments.
Exactly as we transition
Great
into it.
segue here.
Hit me
Bobby
with
just
your
jumping over. Yeah.
hit me with your fantasy
So
football
I
implications.
had the Chargers kicker. What was it, Dickers? And they're on bye today, so I picked up Sly off the free agency. Figured it was gonna be a lot of touchdowns, or at least a high scoring game for at least the Commanders. So not a bad pickup. And then in my dad's league, because me and him co-op a league, we have Curtis Samuel in the flex, and we'll see how that goes.
Ryan,
I have in my one league. I have Khalil Herbert going tonight, so I need a big game out of him because Chubb got hurt for me, so I'm pretty limited. And Zach Moss may or may not play this week with Taylor coming back. So right now I put him in the flex as a just in case. But ideally, I would not want to have Khalil Herbert in, honestly, even though he had a good week last week.
I think they're gonna utilize
But-
him more. They should.
We'll see. And then in my other league, 2-quarterback league, I have Sam Howell as one of my quarterbacks. So I could use a good outing out of him.
All right.
Jeremy.
All right. One league. Shocker here. I have Justin Fields.
Hold on.
Couldn't have
Sorry,
guessed.
Before
Could not have
before you
guessed.
explain it, can you please tell me what round you drafted Justin Fields in?
Oh dear God.
At the perfect time. Third round.
Oh my.
Not a reach.
Oh
This is
my.
a 2-quarterback league.
This is a 1-quarterback league, keeper league. Whatever, man.
Let me. Okay,
You
let
could
me
have
say-
let that
Who
drop
was on
to
the
like the
Who
fifth
else
or
on the
sixth
board
round.
before he took him? Like other quarterbacks. Can we get a picture?
There were no other quarterbacks left.
It
was only Justin Fields.
Like I can imagine Mahomes.
I
Probably
can't
gone.
imagine that's to be the truth. Just
Josh
to be,
Allen.
I have some timeshares I'd like to talk to you about after this.
yeah, right.
He was the only quarterback available in my eyes.
You know what, Jeremy?
Did you have that that scoped vision where there is just nothing
No,
else?
the thinking for me behind it was he finished the year strong.
Right,
Bears
agreed.
Sucked. He was, I think,
He was a
number
leading
3
rusher, I think.
quarterback or something
Yeah.
like that
I mean,
overall
it's
in
pretty easy to
fantasy
be the
points.
leading rusher if you're constantly running
I was
away
gonna
from
say,
people.
Exactly,
To-
which was my thought. I didn't think.
No, I get
I
I
didn't think
get
they
the
were gonna be
upside.
any
I get the
better.
upside, just not third round.
To argue, like I think I've talked about before, is a lot of his big games are because of his rushing, like ridiculous amount of rushing, like over 100, 150 yards or whatever. So to duplicate that, I thought was kind of iffy going into the season, and he needed to step up the passing. Like his passing was like 150, 200 yards or under most games. So it was a good potential pick, but also on the flip side of that coin, you got to worry about his passing stats and ability. You know, if the rushing's not there.
Oh yeah.
Well, they had DJ Moore added to the lineup.
That's
That's
true,
huge.
that's
I'm a
I
big
mean,
fan of DJ.
I did have, optimism, but then again, it's like always in the back of my head, it's like it's the Bears.
But then Mooney got traded, right?
No, Mooney's still in.
Oh, he's still on the team.
Well,
But
why don't
yeah,
they start to work him in?
again, I don't think that it's a bad pick on the outside. I'd just like to give him a little bit of fresh shit, just because I think
course.
it was a little bit higher. He could have been available in the next couple rounds. But I will say again, the pick overall, Justin Fields, not a bad pick at the the start of the year. Now, as we're a couple games in, now we're like, oh, dang, why are we so bad on offense? But let's get back to Jeremy's fantasy picks. Who else you
Okay.
got, or fantasy players?
So yeah, Justin Fields, big time. And then I also
Is that the
have
quarterback
Cole
you
Kmet.
deserve?
Cole Kmet. See,
Cole
that's
Kmet.
a value add right
Cole
there.
Kmet there. Also, again, I was hoping that they're gonna start picking it up and tossing it to him a little bit more. He had a couple huge games last year, and my thought was, even if Justin Fields sucks, he should be able to at least toss it to the tight end. You know, tight end, young.
You could always
quarterback.
find your tight end, yeah. And the
you
guy's
do.
got good hands. Good hands.
You would think so, but they find a way to screw it up every week, so we'll see.
Can we
I
take
mean-
a second just to point out that the Washington Commanders jerseys does look like they are in fact playing a college team today?
I think their jerseys are sick.
I like
that.
it. The
I
black.
I don't like the numbers on the helmets. They kind of look like a high
It's-
school team.
kinda
It's
looks
the
like
but-
lines.
McDonald's
It's the
All-American
lines
game.
above and below the names that makes.
Wasn't
it look
that
like
kind of
it's
the
a-
old school helmet
a
style? You just throw the
younger
number
team.
on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the helmet could use some work. I don't know what the like.
Mhm.
Oh.
If they got a commander picture or maybe the W.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, so my picks real quick as the game's about to kick off here. So I got Joey Sly is going against me. I got Sam Howell going against me, and I also have Terry McLaurin. So basically, we just need, again, low-scoring game, lot of Bears points.
How deep is that league where Sam Howell's starting? No offense.
I mean,
right? Am I the one who was
no
blown
offense,
away
but
by
offense
that?
intended.
no, I mean, I don't deny that I'm in a league with a lot of people that are
Stupid.
not great at fantasy football. That's why I'm in for.
They have Plexico Burris
You know,
on the bench.
and again,
right?
I up until last week, I was
Can you do that like in a Clinton voice?
no, I don't- can't.
I did not
But
have
I
sexual
deny
relations with that,
that I'm in a
woman.
league that is substandard.
We got to get Jeremy on more. His voice is made for radio, man.
I was thinking that too.
You
Right?
have to look for radio too.
But yeah,
He's
no,
about
I'll,
4 feet tall,
Here we go.
3,000 pounds.
Here we go.
Starting off big,
Here we go.
wide open,
Okay.
and dropped.
Really rough start there, but not bad to be thrown downfield. But what I do want to get into again, while we have the expert in the building, Jeremy, is I've talked with Jeremy about this. We've been Bears fans for literally our entire lives, and Jeremy, when we actually were at GameWorks as Mitch Trubisky got drafted, so I do want to hear Jeremy's thoughts though on Mitch Trubisky because he has been a Mitch proponent for the entire time that he was. So
Oh,
I just
God.
kind of regale us with your thoughts there.
Okay. So, yes, we were at GameWorks, and my initial thought was, who the hell's Mitch Trubisky?
And you guys traded a first-round draft
we
pick,
traded
right?
up.
Trade
we
up,
traded
trade up one pick
Did,
for him.
did you know at the time that both Trubisky
And
and GameWorks
Mahomes.
were going to fail?
Wasn't Mahomes as
No.
part of that same?
Mahomes was available,
And
Deshaun Watson
and
was
Watson.
available. So I was like, okay, what are we doing here? But the biggest thing I would say from him on the criticism, all that stuff, there are things that he obviously was his fault that he was not doing very well. When you're standing in the pocket, you got a clean area to throw, and you're overthrowing people by 10, 15 yards. That's a quarterback problem. My issue I had always was they didn't use him the correct way, just like you see with Justin Fields.
Are you talking play calling was not
Yeah,
great for him?
what do you mean?
I'm talking.
Are you saying they needed a ball boy?
No, I think he means like offensive, like structuring your offense around someone that's more of a moving quarterback rather than a pocket
Exactly.
quarterback.
more RPOs, more?
Yeah, like a
So,
Cam Newton-esque.
If you remember, one of the years that Mitch Trubisky was the starting quarterback, they had the number 1 offense in the league.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
You are correct, sir, but there's also
a lot of
kind
that's
of an
despite.
yeah.
Correct. And there was excitement around the team, right? There was thoughts that that Bears team, was it the 2018 team, was about
Yes,
to be
2018.
making a Super Bowl run with the offense they had. They had the defense behind it. I mean, Mitch was the quarterback for that team, and say game manager, but he also was making plays. So
You know what? I will chime in and say that again. The offense that was Nagy, right, that year. Nagy had
Sanford now.
Designed a lot of good trickery plays and stuff like that. The stuff that Kansas City does, which I love, that
it's
you do a
Casey.
little flip to a tight end on the goal line and stuff like that. That's the stuff that Trubisky was really well to do. But this is where my criticism comes in Trubisky is that it's just simply it's a problem of you get now the future. You get 6 years later. He's still in the league, which I honestly am kind of surprised at.
starting this week, maybe.
He's possibly starting. And so the problem that I have here is that you see now Patrick Mahomes, you see Deshaun Watson, that these guys are now in the league doing well-ish. Deshaun Watson,
Yeah,
jury's
Deshaun's
still out on him,
up for debate.
right?
Yeah.
But I do just kind of think, though, that the talent that was there, Mitch Trubisky was just simply unproven. He's at a college that
I
is
agree.
not a
yeah,
big
football-driven
college
school either.
football SEC team. He played I think a total of 13 games, and in those games, and this was all in the pregame coverage of that draft, was that he literally they were just simply like, he can't throw downfield, he can't do this. But the Bears, I just can't understand when they go, this is our guy, we got to go with him, and then you kind of see what takes him.
So I'll speak on that, and I think that part of that too is that when you are looking at recruiting talent at any avenue, whether it be football or anything else, you're looking not for a person who's already the package, but you're looking for someone you can mold, generally. And with the decisions that the Bears organization typically makes, it looks like they're trying to mold people, but they also try to kick them out of the mold before they're ready. And so the quote that comes to mind for me is actually from The Replacements, where Gene Hackman says, you should have been holding a clipboard that first season, not the whole team.
I absolutely agree with what you're saying, though. I think that it so much helps a young quarterback to be on the bench for the first, year or so, learn from a veteran. Now, we are going to just kind of, we've been silently celebrating here, and everybody's been trying to keep it in here. But Bears just marched down the field. DJ Moore is just catching passes left and right. And the Bears are up right now.
Let's
this
just watch
is
Justin Fields read the defense here. Look off some guys.
And then sling it to DJ.
Woj, if I may, I've been champing at the bit over here at this topic you guys have been talking about. Trubisky.
Oh, please, open it up.
First of all, I want to start with Aaron's comment on The Replacements. Great comment on that. I just watched it.
What's the truth?
Just watched it yesterday. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great
Fantastic movie. Second of all, back to Trubisky.
Do you think we get Shane Falco?
I love Footsteps Falco. We'll take him any day. Anyway, the Bears moved up one whole pick to get Trubisky, which wasn't even necessary in the first place. They literally could have waited and not having to give up any draft capital or anything for him. Anyway. Besides that, they shouldn't even taken him. When he got taken, I with you guys was like, who is this guy? Yep. Played for North Carolina. I think he was 8-5 or 9-5. His record wasn't great, and he was there. The year before that, he wasn't even the starter. like because there was like a senior there, and you would think if he was good enough, like a top 5, 10 pick, he would have taken the guy's job in college, and he had to wait for the guy to graduate to even get the starting job in North Carolina, which is not a football school. I mean, if we were playing basketball, that's one thing, but it's football. It's not traditionally a football school. 2, you were talking about that first year where he looked great, Jeremy. He did. He looked better. I think it was a combination of things. Like Woj had said, Nagy's new offense took a lot of people off guard. A lot of trick plays, a lot of laterals or flips to the tight end up the line or whatever at the goal line. Excuse me. And just I think a lot of it was too not having seen much of Mitch, so they didn't have a lot of tape on him, so they didn't really know what to expect. And maybe they designed plays better from that year, maybe not. Also, a big factor that year was we had Khalil Mack for the first year, and he was unbelievable, getting us in great positions, putting us in places to win. The defense was phenomenal that year. I really think they were the catalyst more than the offense that year. Now, the offense was good. It was one of the better offenses I've probably seen on a Bears team, but that's not saying much, But granted, I would agree that we were a Super Bowl contender that year had Parkey not been Mr. Doink.
Oh,
But
Do you guys really feel you're going to win the next game?
I think, dude, that game, wasn't it with the Rams and somebody? It was like a 10-something game or whatever in the Super Bowl, the Rams-Patriots. It was like a real,
Low
the
score.
Bears could have gutted it out. I'm just saying, they weren't like an amazing team, but
if the Bears won that game,
they had a chance.
with their defense, there was a really good shot
Yeah.
at them.
And
getting the Super
Bobby,
Bowl.
I mean, you kind of like if you were in the like a Bears fan. I know obviously.
No, I
Bobby
know.
is a
I'm
Packers
trying
fan.
to play devil's advocate a
But
little
no,
bit.
but I'm just saying though, if
Are you
your
sure?
team is in that position, and you go to we go to this game. We unfortunately let's say that kick goes in. The win is
Right.
there. Are you not as a fan base? You're just jacked and saying like, of course you could be just like naive fans and saying like we're gonna win this, but there's also teams where you've seen it where they get into the playoffs. I always reference the NFC East that one year that had two teams.
Giants.
Two
the
teams
the
that
fact
were
that the
awful.
Giants ever won a Super Bowl blows my mind.
Right, but I'm just saying that's the thing though. Of like the fan bases will just always root for them.
Sure.
I just think though that year there was a particular kind of chemistry that they had though that did look like, hey, we could at least compete. We weren't going to
You're
go
right.
in there.
No,
and
you're
get
right. It wasn't a
embarrassed.
flash in the pan. You guys were actually showing some real substance. We were able to win on both sides of the ball. I'm not denying that. I was just curious your own thoughts on, okay, if we got past this one, your thoughts were, very strongly that, next game we could have took it.
My thought process was for sure we are going to be able to compete. It's not going to be necessarily like, hey, like the 85 Bears, if we were alive during that time and the 85 Bears went into that championship game, I'm like, this is going to be rivaling, I think it was like 1924 or something like that. Obviously, wild inaccuracies on this show, but I'm just going to throw it out there.
Wild inaccuracies.
There was a game where the Bears won like some team in the NFL, I don't know if it was the Bears, but they won like 73-0 back in like the early 20s, 30s. So like in the 85 Bears, for sure, I'm thinking we're going home. We don't even need to play this game. Just give us the championship. That year, I'm more like, we could fight it out. We have a chance.
Wasn't that the hubris, though, of the 86 Bears, which they should have gone back-to-back, and they walked into the playoffs and got spanked by the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken? Because
you forget their music career was taking off. So
oh, yeah, the Super Bowl
They had
shuffle.
other
yeah.
focus.
Wasn't also Jim McMahon hurt or something?
No, but I think going into this, though, because of how incredible and how powerful their team was, they thought it was going to be a walkthrough for the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
in true Bears fashion, there was dysfunction in the organization with Buddy Ryan and Ditka.
Oh, they hated each other.
They hated each other. So I watched a couple things on it, and a lot of the players said if it wasn't for that, they probably, obviously the players are saying this, but they said they probably would have won at least one or two more Super Bowls with that team, and they should have. And the fact that they didn't was, pretty much due to the fact that, again, we have dysfunction in the organization, which will kind of bring me back to Ryan's point. Why are we trading up to get Mitch?
Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
said, who the hell is this guy? And why are we not taking the guy who's established, the 4-year starter, the guy who's been in 2 national championships? And that's on the Bears. So I was, to be clear, I was not sitting there saying, "Dude, we got to take Trubisky. This is the guy." That was far from what I was saying.
yeah.
But that's who we got. And I'm like, hey,
Back the,
first year you said we got the new
back
offense.
the cards you have in your hand. I get
Yeah.
it.
And that's a big point on, I'd say, for all the Bears quarterbacks and teams that we have is stop trying to mold these guys into something they're not. Justin Fields, they're scared of him getting hurt. They don't want him to run, stand in the pocket, and he sucks at that. He's more accurate on the run, just like Trubisky, than he is standing in the pocket. So let him do that. You let guys do
Work
that.
around,
and
yeah,
that's
work
where
around your
offense
resource and
looks
your
so
skill
much
set.
better.
I think though it's really hard to know. We're not on the inside. We don't know. We're not part of the team or the coaching staff. Like, are they telling him to do that and he's just not doing it? Is he just not seeing the field? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not at like.
No, yeah, there's some veil between A and B. I
Yeah,
get that,
and it's
but
not. It's not
I
like,
think one thing he did mention, like the Discord, Buddy Ryan, and that you're right. I think that some of the that fallout, it does impact player play, and it impacts kind of the feeling of the locker room. That does carry over. I could totally see that.
Yeah. How do you not, as a player so far this year, especially after last week, just go, what the hell are you doing? I mean, look at Claypool. He basically said what everyone's thinking. Like, he's in the locker room saying, what the hell are you doing? Kick that damn field goal so we can win this game or put ourselves in a position. And don't get me wrong, Claypool is a problem.
Yes.
But, how do you as a player not sit there and think, dude, we've sucked so far. Like, let's just kick this thing and take it home,
Yeah, I mean, that part I was actually going to kind of reference here is that, again, you can talk about, between head coaching problems and all that. I'm sorry, like the player growth of a quarterback with how the head coach or the offensive coordinator goes. But I mean, last week in the Bears, you can't blame anybody but Matt Eberflus. Like you're going to have the lead late in the fourth quarter. You have to trust your defense. You don't. Now you go for it and you look like a fool. And also, what he said is the reasoning for going for that, I have so much of an issue with, because he said, well, our running game was looking pretty good. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Was he running for like 150 yards?
There's some mixed reviews there, because let's assume the opposite occurred. You get that first down. You guys run out the rest of the clock, kick it through, game over. So I understand that there was logic behind the move. It wasn't like you guys had 5 minutes left in the fourth and tried to pull this. No, this was, I think, coming down to 2 minutes, and if you got that first down, guaranteed to basically bring it down to like under 30 seconds or less.
I think the difference is you look like shit for the first 3 weeks, and you're
Yeah, I
in
guess
a position to kick a chip shot field goal and
Right.
give your team the lead with 2 minutes left. And I feel like we're not playing Madden here. If that's me playing Madden, I'm going for that all
Oh,
day.
absolutely.
Fourth and 5 or less.
I think we're
You know what I'm
downplaying the
saying?
fact, though, they were up 28-7 at one point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Defense, I'm sorry, you prevent them from scoring at least one touchdown. Different game altogether. Oh, that's cool. We're witnessing right now. Where are those? The
We got drones.
drones and the American flag above the stadium. That's
I was
incredible.
gonna say a couple things with the Bears. I don't think anything really will get better until McCaskies don't own the team, which I don't know if that'll
I
ever
think
happen.
that's a
It starts from the top, though. Like, they're the ones making the hiring decisions, who hire the people, who hire the people, who had Ted Phillips as the team president for like 20 years, who did nothing, who was terrible, who had to go out and hire outside what's it called, like sources to look for GM candidates, for coaching candidates, because they don't know what to do on their own. It's like it just keeps getting worse. They keep
Yeah, you need the consultants to come in
And
to
they-
help you
they-
make a hire,
they-
which
yeah.
You
and
need Indeed.
They constantly
Indeed you do.
flip what
They're
they're
sponsored?
doing. It's like, oh, Lovey was a defensive coach. We don't want him anymore. Now we're going to get an offensive guy in Trustman. Oh, Trustman was bad. Now we're going to go back to defense and John Fox. Oh, John Fox stunk. Now we're going to go back to offense. Matt Nagy. It's like he flip.
I'll say this. I liked Fox as a coach. I think his okay, I know you guys didn't, but his tenure prior to going to the Bears was warranted. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's
the value
I
was
think
there.
the exact issue is the reason that they were able to get John Fox is because he was kind of past his prime. Like, he took Denver and like they were a solid team, and then like 2 years after that, or maybe 2 football seasons after that, then they're like, this is the guy. And then he comes out and we're expecting Super Bowl John Fox, and it was the exact same thing
He took
that
the
year.
Panthers to the Super Bowl. I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, what? I mean, he was the Denver coach for a
And
while.
Did he
Whatever.
take the Broncos too? Was that a Peyton Manning?
No, he was.
Broncos
Yeah,
team?
that's right. But that's Peyton Manning.
Do you think you get that call from the Bears head office saying we want you to be the coach, and you're
Dude,
like,
are they just going to target more all
Shit.
day? And I love that
That's
offensive scheme. Just get open, buddy. We'll get it to you.
This right here is perfect example.
Where's
Wide
that
open,
Mooney?
standing in an open pocket, and you miss that. That's all Fields.
I mean, this
You
is
got
the
to hit
thing.
that as an NFL quarterback.
Yep.
You got to hit that.
True.
all day.
This is the thing. Though. Justin Fields still very young, right? Still on the rookie contract. I am very interested to see kind of what this transpires into. I think there's potential. I mean, again, if you guys, last thing we'll kind of wrap up with here a little bit is, I mean, realistically, what are you looking at out of Justin Fields? Like, what do you think his future is? Do you think he's going to be a bust in 2 years? He's going to be sitting on his couch at home. You think he's going to find real luck with another team? What do you guys think? Jeremy, you can go first.
I'll go first. I think he's got potential to be a quarterback in this league. There are a lot of other quarterbacks that are playing that suck, and I think he's got the potential to be them. I think a big factor will be whoever his next coach is. Obviously, you've seen so far there has not been a big jump this year that we all expected. I think that's a lot on the coaching. This coaching staff doesn't seem to have it just like the ones in the past. But, put him with an Andy Reid or, a Sean Payton or someone that has this offensive mind and actually knows how to develop and work with the quarterback, then who knows? I mean, I watched a documentary on Pat Mahomes. He's talking about drawing up plays on Madden and doing all sorts of stuff, and they use those in the game. And that's like,
Hey, if it works, it works.
it works, and it's him and his offense going, hey, let's figure out what works, man. What do you like? Let's.
do you think film day during COVID was like, all right, everybody jump on Madden?
Yeah, dude. It's like, yo, jump on, get the boys online. Let's go.
Get
Everyone,
the
get your
headsets are on. Everyone's ready
Yeah.
to go.
Make sure.
But they're
we're
using
all
the
on,
headsets from the sidelines. They got the Bose ones on.
right? And you probably got Travis Kelce's like hammered, just like chugging a bunch.
Dude,
of
he's
beers.
enjoying life right
Taylor
now. I guarantee
Swift.
it.
All right, Ryan, hit us with it. What do you think?
I think Fields has potential, but I think with the Bears, until they get, like he said, until they get a new coaching staff, someone who knows how to work with him and his abilities, a more established guy, it's not going to matter. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know, like compare, not like the same sport, obviously, but the Bulls, when they had like Tom Thibodeau, he was a coach. Like, the dude could work with anybody and work a scheme around any point guard, any person. Derrick Rose went down. I got Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson went down. I got John Lucas the third. It didn't matter. Like, we need someone like an Andy Reid or, I don't know, whoever, like maybe the Rams coach, Sean McVay, someone like that, who has a brilliant offensive mind who can really work with them. And I also just say, side note, not that this stat would really matter or anything, but I don't think there's ever been a good Ohio State quarterback in the NFL. Can you think of one? Like Craig Krenzel, Troy Smith, Cadillac, or Cardell Jones. Who have we ever had a good Ohio State
I
quarterback?
can't.
Again, not that necessarily matters.
Wait,
but
hold on. RG3,
right?
wasn't he?
no, he was at
Baylor.
Baylor.
Wasn't
Baylor.
Dwayne Haskins Ohio State?
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins. He didn't really.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
Well,
he
yeah,
passed.
he
but
passed. But
even though before that he wasn't doing much.
I thought he was okay.
He was fine. He started becoming a backup kind of early on, but I still think there was potential there. But obviously, again, you can't really know exactly what's happening. But Bobby, what do you think about Justin?
I think he has raw talent. I think that with I think to reverberate on everyone else saying with the right type of coaching, the right type of mechanisms in place, I could see him being a decent quarterback. That being said, though, and you're seeing it a little bit in this game, you could see that internal clocks in his head where one 1,000, two. He's trying to get the ball out sooner, which is only a benefit to him because it should 2.5 seconds, ball should be out of hand at that point. I'd be happy to see where he progresses in his career, and I guess a question I'd ask all of you guys after we do this assessment: what other team do you think he would actually do well on in the NFL if he had to swap?
We'll kind of hold off on that one. I am going to give my opinion though, real quick, because we are going
Oh,
to be
we're taking the producer right out of the equation.
Wow.
No, I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying before we
I'm not saying you don't have an opinion, just that it doesn't count.
I'm saying before we diverge into another tangent.
I'll
off
remember
of a
that when I'm
tangent
editing.
thing, that's fine. I'm going to give my opinion, though. I still think Justin Fields can be great at a certain point. Okay, it's just it's a multitude of different things. Of his reading definitely needs to become much better in when he's seeing wide open guys, those accuracy throws, the coaching has to just design plays, design runs, and stuff like that. And we will go to our producer, Aaron, for his take because he is part of the podcast. Go ahead.
That and I control the record button. Justin Fields has a future in the NFL. It's not going to be with the Bears. And that's because time and time again, the organization proves that they cannot develop.
Here we go. Guys, do you go
Then
for
he
it?
kicks
Sorry.
this.
All right.
We were just complaining about this. Go for it
Yeah,
or kick the field goal.
Wait a second.
Stats say kick the
He
field
kicks
goal.
the field
Yeah,
goal.
okay.
The Bears are going for a field
Take
goal
the
right
points.
now. We're
Well,
hoping he makes it.
And,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
honestly,
off.
that's what you're going to see now too in the game is you're going to see adjustments from Eberflus trying to save his career. But I mean, your bottom line is this: you keep on hiring quarterbacks. You keep on drafting quarterbacks, not hiring quarterbacks. You keep on bringing on these guys that are either way past their prime and have nothing to offer in the way of leadership, or they're so new they don't know what the hell's going on. And until you can figure out a way to develop that quarterback and give them the tools to be able to carry the team, to not only play well, but to also lead, is just not going to happen. And I think there's a lot of other great teams out in the NFL that have that set up. They know how to do it. They're equipped to do it. And they're going to be able to do it with Fields. Now, unfortunately, he's going to probably spend a number of years playing as a backup, and we've seen that with so many other quarterbacks the Bears have tried to bring on. It's not going to be a great path for him, but I think he does have that potential.
There's a lot of other teams, though, that also suck and would do the exact same thing of getting him. I mean, look at the Browns. The Browns have gotten all these quarterbacks that are, number one pick, best quarterback in college, all that stuff, and they haven't done shit with those guys in all these years. So, it's one of those where same thing with Mahomes.
It's like a
Mahomes this
paradox
year.
almost, yeah.
You really think
Because
Pat
the
Mahomes
Browns
would be
have
where
got
he's at?
deep pockets, and they get all this talent and still end up being the Browns.
Yeah, it definitely remains to be seen. Kind of, it's just I think honestly, I mean, some guys on the panel are saying it's just not happening. Some people are saying it could happen eventually. But I will say it's a good conversation piece. We will try and see if we're going to do a part 2 to this, but we will stop it for right now. And producer, chime in, please.
Well, I was going to throw out there that there was a billboard that I saw of Fields promoting Dunkin' Donuts. And after that, whatever game that was, I was looking at it, I was like, well, there's his future right there. Working at Dunkin' Donuts, selling $2 iced lattes. But just to recap on that, I think he does have a future. It just needs somebody to help him.
Right, remains to be seen, but we'll take a stop here, and again, this might turn into a part 2. We don't know.
I hope there's a part 2. I think there's a lot to be discussed.
There's still a
I hope
lot
there's
to
a
be
part 2.
discussed, but again, we will talk to y'all maybe in a minute, maybe next week.
The indecisiveness. I love it.
Maybe?
Oh, you
Maybe
were through?
not. Maybe fuck yourself.
I'm sorry.
There we
couldn't
go.
tell.
That's how we finish.
You're through?
I'm gonna go fuck
May I
yourself,
hit the
Tommy.
button?
That's the way we finish.
Yeah.
We're back in the 1930s, and against all odds, the Chicago Bears are pulling off a win. Although, in the 1930s, they would have been better, because now they suck. We'll see how the rest of this game goes, and hopefully they don't blow it. Back to you, Stiff.
That was Aaron with another great introduction.
You know what? They don't call him the best color man in the business for nothing. That's what I'm saying. Right
I don't
there.
think that's an
Back to you,
accepted term.
Jobin.
I'll wait for my 35 cents after this recording.
All right, so
You
we're
want a cigarette
back.
with your pancake? Of course I do. What are you, Mary?
And we do have an additional guest here. I love it. We're adding to the pod here. We got Jeremy's neighbor, Chris. Why don't you give a little hello? How do
Want
you
to give
do?
his address, too?
How we doing, everybody?
So we are witnessing a very uncommon Bears 24-point lead in the first half.
Well, there's still time to blow it. So.
Well, hold on. It's not uncommon. It's keeping that lead that is uncommon.
Plenty of time, plenty of game left.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's we'll see
Hey,
how
the
it
way
goes.
they've been playing, defensively minded, Washington hasn't been able to put together over 100 yards yet. So
They look like shit. And
yeah,
the Bears have looked good, which is a complete turnaround from.
None of these
basically
words would
every
make
of those.
sense to anyone else like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really put. I mean, Chris, did you really think that the Bears were going to be up 24 at the half? I mean, again, even the Commanders. I mean, again, these aren't blockbuster teams, But I mean, really, did you think that this was going to be this way coming in the second half?
Against the Commanders, they've looked like shit this year, so I'm not surprised. But what do we think it's going to take for them to not blow it? The Bears. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Jeremy, hit me with that.
Don't suck.
It's a very
Pretty
broad
simple.
stroke.
No, all they got to do is continue on the same path. They did the same thing last week. They were whooping ass, and then
Keep their foot on the pedal, huh?
They let up. The defense just let them in. Justin Fields had some dumb mistakes, so it's really just keep the mistakes down and actually play some defense this week.
Run the ball. Keep it up with Khalil Herbert. He's doing work in this first half. He's kind of like almost 80 yards rushing on like 7 carries. Need to keep him going. Keep the clock moving. Keep their offense off the field. And then when they're on the field, obviously, make Sam Howell beat you because right now he can't do it.
And Herbert's on your fantasy.
Honestly, could not have said it better. I think you nailed it. You keep the ball on the ground, establish that run, and just chew away the clock. There's a huge deficit, and Washington has not been able to muster up any type of offense.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with everybody here, but I'm also going to throw this out there is that I think the Bears got to make a statement right now. I think you keep
Run
Justin
up the
in
score.
until it makes sense, okay? But, I mean, for real, we should be still playing our offense as is. I don't want to get into a shell of just, Khalil Herbert, keep running the ball. I get it, but we should still be looking downfield. This DJ
Stomp
Moore.
on their throat. Yeah, I get
DJ
it.
Moore can make these like in the first quarter, that route that he ran was like an in and out and
Corner
wide
route.
open, just burned. I mean, it is technically a corner route, but it's just in the NFL now. Nothing is as.
It was
exact.
a double move corner, but yeah,
Right.
it was a crisp play, and he fed him. Everything about the Bears in the first half, and this is coming from a Packer fan, looked on par for what a football team should do. It was on both sides of the ball too. They got a turnover. They were stopping the run. They were having good play call. They got themselves in some third down situations, but DJ Moore and his talent brought them right through it.
And Cole Kmet.
I mean, again, keep tossing the ball out. Again, I don't think we need to play ultra conservative, but I do want to see a continuation of moving the ball down the field because honestly, yes, we're doing well right now as they just get 20 yards there, but whatever. But we're doing well right now. But again, as Bobby said, you let the foot off of the gas, you can easily let Washington come back into this game with a touchdown or two in the early in this third quarter.
I'm really glad the Atlanta conundrum from that Super Bowl.
I'm really glad how specific you were about what kind of statement because my jaded sense would make the argument that losing this game would be also a statement.
Make another statement like last week.
Oh my God! If they lose it, pack it up. Sell the team. Turn that place into a parking lot.
Was anyone really thinking we should start sitting Fields?
I'm not saying right now.
Next score, you could.
But I'm saying when you get to 40 points, like let's say
not an 0-4 team.
Let's say it's 40 points up though, right? Let's just throw it.
I'm saying next touchdown you bring in J-Rock, your backup quarterback, that guy who looks like from Trailer Park Boys. He looks like J-Rock. Bring him in.
Bobby, I was really behind you, especially all the everything you said coming from a man who I could only best describe as being broken after Green Bay's performance last week.
I am, dude. I'm shattered. That hurt me deeply.
Watching you slowly die inside over the course of that
I'm with
game.
I'm with the wrong cast.
No sympathy.
Having that on film
15
really,
in a row here.
really
My
grants
head
some
dropped.
perspective.
My head dropped. I literally lost faith. You guys witnessed it.
I watched your heartbreak, man.
All right, guys. So I do want to get into a little bit.
Can I interject one thing really quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Chris, you got any wages going on this game? Anything you're looking for from fantasy?
No wages. I got Cole Kmet in.
Solid.
I am very happy about playing Sam Howell tonight. That's fantastic. Playing against, not playing him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that
Yes,
makes sense.
Yeah,
You're right.
So pretty. Yeah,
He's
I
putting
would
up
not
a
start
mean
him.
3 points
I
at
was
this
gonna
point.
say,
Actually,
bold
not
move
even.
Going with the
No,
high.
no, no,
I think he's at a single digit, like
Sam
one.
Howell, I think, just crossed a.
He's 108.
He's
108.
positive
Yeah, but he has
right
an
now,
interception, so bring back 2. So
Minus
he's at-
2.
I mean, yeah, he's at like 1.0 points, and that's okay. There's another 1 point. I mean,
I need rushing yards out of Robinson Jr.
This is
though.
what I'm talking about with the Bears. We cannot do that prevent. Like, let's just sit back and keep them in front. Because every time anyone does that, we get screwed.
I mean, we shall
Anyone.
see. I mean, it's still super early. I like the fact that we already have a turnover. That's a huge uplift for the defense to have something that we like. I mean, obviously this guy went super hard after the celebration. If you guys saw that, he was like celebrating. He's like, yeah, I got like 10 picks on the year. He got, I think it's the second Bears turnover or something like that on the year, third maybe.
Yep. Let's next segment. Where are we running to? Because I know you were trying to segue this into.
No, it's all
something.
good. So yeah, we were talking about a good segment here. Bobby came up with it actually, of either or. So I'm gonna throw a couple player names at you. We're doing wide receiver edition, and I'm just looking at you guys. What would you say? Like, who are you picking on it? And give me maybe just like a brief, like, quick sentence or so why you think
Your selection. Yeah.
you like this guy over the other one. Okay, and Aaron's just giving us a lot of great tips
Dude,
from
great
the
technique.
sideline. I love
Hey,
it.
Kerry, come on out here for a second.
Oh my.
All right.
Without
so,
the visual element of that, there's
Yeah, I know,
got no
right?
video on this
We-
one.
all right,
no video.
So I'm gonna start
God.
with. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, do that.
I thought I was
Yeah,
Eminem and 8
we
Mile,
got B
man.
Rabbit over here.
B Rabbit. It's whatever. This isn't like it's my first like third podcast or whatever. Whatever.
Hey, you know what? The same thing is for fixing shitty technique. Just fucking force it.
As
Get
well.
him.
All right. So
Touchdown.
we're gonna go again either or, as the Bears let up a touchdown pretty much right away. But
To Logan Thomas.
Logan.
all right, so we're gonna
Second
start.
half woes already.
We're gonna start with Chris and
All
then just
those
kind of
Alright,
go
yeah.
down the line.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
So we got either or wide receiver edition. You go Jerry Rice or Randy Moss.
Jerry Rice, more consistent, less of a prima donna. Randy Moss, I would go Jerry Rice all day immediately.
Same question?
It's going to be the
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
and then I'm going
Dude,
to go to another
I
name duo.
love Randy Moss. I would take Randy Moss. He's like the epitome of throw that thing up and I will just go get it. Like, and I
dig
think
it.
he's got the record for most touchdowns in a season.
You could be right with that.
Okay.
I
Hey, we
wouldn't
don't
push.
fact check on this
Yeah, I
podcast,
know, it could be
man.
right.
You just
Sounds
say
about
stuff.
right.
I'm just gonna
and-
go ahead and say that he's
Let's put that in concrete.
it's a known fact he's the best receiver ever. No. Also, I had a jersey of him when I was younger, and I
I remember
melted
that
it,
jersey.
So I tried to iron it and I melted it.
I also remember that part
was
too.
pretty sad. So if anyone wants to throw a Randy Moss jersey my way, number 84 Vikings, send it my way.
For the context of the question, are we talking about like for their career? Like, would you take them now in today's game, or what are you saying?
Yeah, we're just saying simple opinion.
Out
Like,
to
you-
dinner,
who do
Ryan.
you
I like
think-
how you
out
have
to
to
dinner.
you have to really peel back the onion on
Well,
it. Just
'cause,
pick
like,
a name. Let's
If they
go.
suited up today at their current age, who would
I mean,
you
Jerry
take?
Rice is like so good. He's like the standard, but like Randy Moss's ability is just so freakishly athletic.
This is shot out of a cannon.
Give me Randy Moss. It's
Okay,
Moss.
Randy Moss.
I'm going with Rice. Simply put, the guy doesn't drop anything. He is Mr. Automatic on the outside. Mr. Automatic. And like I said, that's a hard pull, though, because Moss was, like you said, a freak. You could throw it up 80 yards, he'll find his way to get underneath it.
Yeah, dude, I actually I'm gonna go with Randy Moss as well, just for the simple fact that in these games that he came out rookie year, I mean he was electric right up there. I'm not saying that Jerry Rice wasn't electric, but I mean just the fact that like Randy Moss could have these 3 touchdown games, and like Jeremy said, throw it up, he's going to come down with it, and then. I am a sucker. A little bit of flashiness after the touchdown. Give me a little celebration. It's always fun to watch.
Clifford Franklin, only one going.
Clifford
for it.
Franklin.
Yeah,
Exactly. I was
Only
thinking
one
that
coming
exact
down
thing.
with
Yeah.
it.
All
Into
right.
the unsure hands of Clifford Franklin.
Okay, moving on. Calvin Johnson, Marvin Harrison.
Start us off on there. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
It's really sticking it to you, making you go first.
I
on
know,
that.
man. I
We
feel
could bring
I gotta
No
go with-
basis of reference of what to say here.
I know.
Just
Good.
take it.
Shot out of cannon. You got
Right. I gotta go with Calvin Johnson on this one. Yeah. I mean, unmatched. He can take the ball from anyone. I don't know who could defend that guy in the league. It's just
Well said. Well said.
unbelievable.
I'm the same. Megatron. He is an absolute beast. I wish he could have played a little longer.
I go same. Megatron. I think Marvin Harrison was really good. Put up a lot of good numbers. Helped he had Peyton Manning a lot of years. I'm not saying he wouldn't be good without him, but Megatron played for the Lions, like one of the worst teams, and he was dominant. So can you imagine if he was on a team of Peyton Manning or somebody of that caliber, what he would have done? Hard to argue.
Oh, Megatron all day. That's like bringing a tank to a gunfight. That guy was uncoverable. He was only in the NFL for what, 7 years, I think?
I believe he played 9.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
On the under
Fact
of,
check.
but on a team that was just god awful and just an incredible athlete. Just blows my mind.
Okay, I'm gonna go against the opinion
Ooh.
of the panel, and I'm
There
gonna
we
go
go.
Marvin Harrison though, because I do look at the fact that he only played a certain amount of years, and it wasn't because like if a player goes down, like let's say just like Andrew Luck, like he had a lot of injuries and stuff like that, could have played more years, but I get that he was just getting destroyed out there. I appreciate that a player would be like, hey, I got to wrap it up. I'm going to not wrap it up, but like I'm going to call it a day because they normally
Most of them do
they
not wrap it
normally
up,
do not
let's
wrap it
just
up.
say.
But just saying, like
Urlacher,
these people that would call
Cromartie.
it a day if there's a lot of injuries that is going to, you're not going to play your best ball. Calvin Johnson could have easily played for another 3-4 years of that highest caliber. And that's where I'm like, you kind of just left it, and you could have been the best.
He Barry Sanders did.
I don't
pretty
think
much.
he could play though. I've been.
You don't think that he could have stuck it out for a few more years
No,
and put
I
up
was watching.
mean numbers?
I was watching something, and it was an interview with him, and I don't know, some little tidbit. He's like, I can't. If I have to turn to the left, do not throw it to me, because my ankle is
Okay,
like,
so this
doesn't
is
work.
a physical ailment. I
So
wasn't
like
aware
he
of
was
it.
telling Stafford in the huddle, you can throw it to me if I cut to the right. If I cut to the left, do not throw it to me. I'll run the route, but I can't fucking move to my left.
Interesting.
His ankles and stuff was so bad, and that's why he hung it up. Is he actually didn't have the any ankles left.
I
So
Are you guys
assume-
pen
I
pals? Is
assume
that
that-
how you?
yes,
We keep in close
Yeah.
contact
No, I
these
saw that
days.
too. That was like on ESPN or something.
Yeah, it was ESPN.
Oh, this
is
is
one of those,
I
like-
did not do my research, but
I,
yeah, that's
I assume
that's
that
something.
interview was after he decided to hang it up.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
little tidbit I saw. I think the top 3
Not something you want to say in
receiving
between seasons.
all as Matthew Stafford is quarterback.
It had to be.
He
Yeah.
has Megatron twice and Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
So
I
interesting.
don't deny his
Too bad he
ability
was on
and
the
all
Lions
that
for
stuff.
so long.
I honestly did not know that about the injury part, but I mean I'll definitely tell the honest truth. I didn't really pay attention to football that closely at that time. In terms of like when you have fantasy now, you can literally know like is this guy's dick working or is it not?
What
You
kind
can-
of a?
How many points do you get for that?
What kind of fantasy league are you in?
That's vital information, and that's why you guys are all gonna lose your fantasy football leagues.
I actually only draft my quarterbacks by if their dick is working. That's why I took
Oh
Fields
my.
number 1.
He's-
I got
he's
some
rock
inside
hard
info.
right
Going
now.
down this rabbit hole, folks. Welcome.
Oh, hey, look, the
I
recording
heard,
stopped.
Fields wears a condom to the game.
Just so he
in
doesn't
case.
get anyone pregnant on the way in.
Hey now.
He
must.
needs every bit
Hey,
of protection
it's
he
not,
can
at
get.
least that's not as bad as the
Yeah,
NBA.
right.
The offensive line's not protecting him, so
I
he's
think
got to take
NBA
matters into
be-
his own hands.
NBA's numbers are probably much worse than the NFL.
I don't know, man.
Karl Malone's got like probably 10 different like baby mamas.
Let's just say they're
Alright.
comparable, and we'll put a pin.
Oh,
in
Oh,
can we
Sean
fact-
Kemp's
can we
at
fact
least
check
got
how
like
many kids
40.
the NBA players
it.
have?
Yeah, fact check. All right,
Brian
so the next
Urlacher's
one.
got like 10.
Next gen stats.
So the
Nine.
next duo or either or we have is Michael Irvin versus Chris Carter. Who you got?
Quick question. Is Michael Irvin allowed to do cocaine before the game?
That's
That's a
important.
valid
That plays
question.
into
That was a hard
this.
pause right there.
Is Michael Irvin on parole?
I'm again. You guys can choose whatever era you think if they're the best. I'm just again looking just for kind of opinionated answers.
Yeah,
of just like
we're
who you
dissecting this
got
way too
if
much.
you think this guy's better than this guy. I think is just the general overall question.
Yeah, fully loaded, cocained up. Michael Irvin. I'm going with him.
I'm taking Deacon Moss from
Yeah.
from the Mean Machine. I'm going with
Nah, that's
Chris Carter, man.
Did he catch that?
Chris Carter again, sure hands. Like I feel like he was never seemed to be like the fastest, most athletic guy out there, but he always was like Mr. Reliable, right? Like maybe I'm not going up to get it, but if you throw it to me, I'm catching it or I'm getting a hand on it. So I'm going with him.
Give me the big 8-8, Michael Irvin.
Oh my god.
Any reason other than that, or
I liked it just like that. You didn't need it.
No, I don't know. I mean, I think it's
throw
like
icing
kind
on
of like
it.
a. Oh,
That's a big hit.
Who is it?
His fucking ACL's gone.
Yeah.
Pick
Who
up
is
Roshan.
it?
is
Pick
that
up Roshan.
Khalil?
Oh man.
Khalil Herbert.
Well, my running back room is
Looks to
decimated even
possibly
more.
have-
Oh,
a
you
serious
had Nick
injury.
Chubb and then Khalil.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so
no.
guys,
Wow.
what
Sorry.
you're gonna have to look at your fantasy league and call all these professionals up and tell them to maybe be careful.
Nice throw fields. Got him hurt, you jackass.
Right? Is he the kiss of death?
If he wasn't wearing a condom, he would have made that throw.
All right, Bobby, who you got?
I like Carter. I liked Jeremy's explanation. The guy had a vertical. He could get off the ground, and years and years of service. That guy, just put in the work. And like you said, he wasn't the biggest dude out there, but he was one of the most competitive, I think, for the ball. So I like that.
Yeah, I'm going Chris Carter as well. I mean, the guy, the highlight reel of him, the one catch that always stands out in my mind, it's like a sideline catch, and he catches it Odell Beckham style, which he was the original Odell Beckham with
Yes,
like
thank
3
you. Someone
fingers
calls it out.
on the side, just like it's like a big like F you to the cornerback. Like, you can't guard me, man. He's throwing it over here. I'm gonna catch his one-handed, no-handed, whatever. But Chris Carter all day.
There's a really shitty bend it like Beckham jokes there that somebody needs to make.
Oh, we're not going that
What?
direction.
Yeah, I know.
All right, moving.
This is not a soccer podcast.
I mean,
It says football.
We will delve into soccer at some point
let's
when we
get it.
have the experts
Oh.
on the
No, we
on the
won't.
panel.
No, we won't.
Let's
I'm
do
done.
it.
We're the fantasy
this is
football
over.
Next week's
tournament.
show,
Good
all
night,
about
folks.
Premier League. We're actually
Oh,
gonna
we got
hit some
Arsenal
MLS.
against.
All right, so the next one we got is going to be Andre Johnson versus Hines Ward.
Okay.
Kind of going into the newer age here. With
Yeah.
The,
Just trying to
That's a
think.
good one.
That is a real good one. I always liked Hines Ward, just super consistent. Can always rely on the guy. Yeah, I think I'd go with Hines Ward.
I'm going Hines Ward. He was a fucking dick, and he did all the dirty work and block. I mean, he was kind of a dirty player, but he was nasty, right? Like, I'm getting in the thick of everything on like every play. Didn't have the ball. He's blocking all the way down the field. That's like you don't get that from a lot of guys. So I'm going Hines Ward.
I'll go the same. Hines Ward. The guy's a gamer, one of the best blocking receivers of his time. Winner. Can do it all.
Can I throw a variable in there? I would go with Johnson just due to his explosiveness and ability to just be a firecracker in any given game. But what he mentioned about Ward, I think of Steve Smith, and I think of Steve Smith Sr. That guy was all of maybe 6 feet at best, but his shadow had to be 6'7", and he would go up, grab passes, run routes, and run right. Like, he would insult you after scoring a touchdown and then do it again. Like, I loved watching him play every time he was out
Got
there.
that dog in him.
He does.
That's for sure.
Sorry, that was kind of a variance, but yeah.
no, it's
Johnson.
all good. Good answer.
Also,
Uh,
Andre Johnson whooped the shit out of Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, dude, that's one of the
That was
greatest
awesome.
NFL fights.
No, wait,
Cortland
what was his
Finnegan.
name?
Cortland
Finnegan. Oh, dude.
I remember that.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Ryan right now is looking at his fantasy team, going, "What the fuck?"
He's
is
trying to
going
pick up
Is his
Roshan
bench-
real quick.
is his bench-
Yeah, he's gone already. Everybody in our league's taken. This league,
Dude, I'm not
everybody
kidding
is
you.
taken.
Call some of those professionals. Be like, I've drafted you. You're probably going to get injured soon.
I have-
Honestly, you're the kiss of death.
I have Roshan differently. I'll trade you.
All
Cross
right, my answer is going to be Hines Ward again. Very, very similar response, though. It's just, again, he was one of the greatest blocking wide receivers in the league. Knew kind of the role of the play of like, hey, if it's not coming to me, I need to block this guy out of it. And that's why the Steelers were so great that year. Is just they could get any play. I mean, Mike Tomlin, in my estimation, though,
Didn't Green Bay beat Hines Ward and Company? I believe so. So let's
No,
put
I
that
don't
on
remember
there.
I don't care.
Also, wasn't Hines Ward
Hey,
like
Bobby,
one of
that confidence is
the
back.
Very few Chinese players. Doesn't he have Chinese?
He's technically Asian, yeah, but okay.
Is that allowed in the white zone?
No, I
right
think
here?
it's. Yeah.
We okay with that?
And our producer shaking his head. He's like, all right, I got to
No, I mean that's.
Yes, he
a
is
ton of Asian.
Oh, here we go.
players, and he's one of
Turnover.
the best to ever do it, and it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. I
Damn.
didn't mean to.
He was in The Dark Knight Rises. also pretty awesome.
What was
Yeah.
the team name in the Dark Knight Rises? though?
Gotham
the Gotham
Knights.
Batman.
Knights, I think, or something like that.
Gotham Knights. And then and then he's running the touchdown back, and then
Yeah.
the
The
whole
whole
field.
field
One of
is
the
falling.
coolest scenes.
That was a
scene
real
awesome.
cool scene.
Yeah.
How-
That was later in his career. I doubt he's making that
I
shit.
think the
you know?
I think
He's-
they were
he's
wearing
getting
the
caught
same
in that.
uniforms in that the Commanders are wearing.
He's getting caught in
He's
the
getting caught in
cement
that
coming
earthquake and
under.
getting
Yeah.
sucked down nowadays.
All right, so again, I'm going Hines Ward blocking for sure. Is this a fumble?
That's a fumble. That's
Are they
down.
gonna call though forward progress?
It's definitely
He's
a
down.
fumble.
He's down. That's a fumble.
That's Logan Thomas for everyone listening in.
All right, who you got next?
Last one,
There we go.
Keyshawn Johnson, Anquan Bolden.
I
All
feel
right,
like I
got
don't care about
mine.
either one of them. I don't, literally
Yeah.
don't care.
Stupid fucking question.
I love it. That's the answer. There you go.
I don't have an answer.
All right.
That's where I'm going.
All right. I like it.
Hold on, this has never happened. I mean, this is the first time we've done this segment, but I
Yeah.
don't think it was ever gonna be someone.
I
who
know,
just-
I like it. When
did
you
not
don't have to
answer.
answer. Sorry,
Ask me a
pass.
question.
Yeah.
I can tell you
No,
I
I
don't
don't
give a shit
give
about either.
Next.
Can you do it
Next.
like those hostile interviews from the NFL? Dumb question.
Yeah.
Next, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I said I don't care. Next question.
I'm just
I'm
here,
just
so,
won't get fined.
yeah.
Yeah.
Play
Anquan hurt me too much in
hold on,
fantasy,
hold
so
on. Let's-
sorry.
let's go
he
in
already
order.
passed.
No,
No,
no.
it's on Jeremy.
Oh.
I will go with Anquan. When he first came in the league, he was he was like insane. I think he was like setting a bunch of records as young, and also for him to get like murked so bad. You guys remember that? He got a pass thrown up to him and like literally broke like every bone in his face. He had to have like
Are you talking
facial-
about where the quarterback threw the hospital
Warner
ball
threw
and
it?
it was just
Kurt Warner like actually considered quitting football after that. After he
I don't remember that play, to
Yeah,
be honest.
he put a ball up in the end zone for him, and he got crushed by the safety, and it like literally had to have facial reconstruction surgery.
Pretty
and he
much
came
ended
back
his
to play.
career. Like,
No, he came back.
no kidding.
So like to come back from that's crazy.
Yeah, I go
And he
Anquan,
was still good.
I go Anquan Bolden. Guy was a gamer. He had success on multiple teams, went to multiple Super Bowls. Keyshawn did win the Super Bowl with the Bucks, and I feel like he probably was he was better for like a shorter amount of time, but then he didn't do so much after that. And Anquan probably had a longer, like better, career over
Longevity.
longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
He burned me too much in fantasy when I had him, so this is more out of spite, but I'm going with Keyshawn just because I needed him to step up in some key weeks, and it didn't happen. But that's just out of hate, which is kind of a bad reasoning.
hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna go Anquan Bolden though, just because again, longevity of the career. I think he was definitely more relative for a longer period of time. While Keyshawn definitely had a good stretch, I think again there was definitely a drop off in Keyshawn's career that was pretty significant. That like he just kind of was out of the zeitgeist of football in general.
Nice use of a word.
What?
Zeitgeist,
word.
wow.
This guy pulled out his thesaurus today.
Goddamn
The
right.
You got that pulled up
FFJ
on the
word of the
iPad
day
there?
is
All right,
zeitgeist.
so I do want to kind of
Is that
transition
in your
though.
notes? Use
into-
zeitgeist today.
Yeah, I have a whole iPad
Side
in front of me,
challenge.
which is great.
Yeah,
Words.
side
Throw it away.
episode.
Thank
Go,
you.
hey, good play.
the
Felix.
man
Good
has
play.
the hooked on phonics.
I know.
app up.
I like this next segment. Let's get
Guys,
into
I
it.
have a tweet from Mike Garofalo. It says Khalil Herbert is out of the medical tent and jogging on the sideline, trying to shake off the injury.
Trying to
my-
shake off that torn ACL. See if he
Yeah.
makes
Let's
it
see
back
if he can
today.
do it. I hope so.
I mean, Ryan, you are in dangerous territory here with the fantasy man
Can't
because
even.
if
Yeah.
he goes down, man, who you got? You got
Is this
nobody.
team IR at this point?
Might as well. We call my team the replacements. at
The
this
land
point.
of lost toys.
Yeah.
That's what I named my team one year when I was just like swirling the toilet. I was like, this is just garbage.
Ryan, I think if you have another injury, we get to rename your team.
I think it's fine. I already need to rename it anyway.
Team waiver wire.
What's the name of it right now?
Right now, it's your pretty sick Chubbs because I had Nick Chubb, but then he blew out his knee.
Oh, you're sick.
Ain't got no chub.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I'll get
I
a
do
bit
want to
my
make
hand
a quick. We were kind of glossed over this in the pregame or the first kind of segment recording here. So Bobby and I made a bet last week that
Yeah.
we just I personally totally forgot about. It was Brock Purdy's over for passing yards, which I think was 250 was the line.
255 or something like that, but he still got it.
He
Yeah.
got it. He had 283. So Bobby and I you only owe me 10 now.
I'm working my debt down.
And you're working your debt down, so that's a good. That's just a
10
quick
what?
little $10. Monopoly money.
Monopoly
Obviously,
money,
that's
of
what we
course.
trade here. Well, I mean, we're not gambling addicts.
Don't
or
worry, your
anything.
brother. I've been in the black for like 8 years on him. He's been.
Well, I don't
funding.
even want to go down the route of what I owe.
I do want to
Certain people.
first, Jeremy. You do have to mention it, man. Your
Ruth
first year of
Chris.
betting.
Okay. Fine.
It's statistically almost impossible, but let's hear it.
So, I got into I don't know, one of the sites had like a sign up, do a $10
$250
bet,
or
$100 bucks, whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Started out the season, and by season I mean like 15 weeks. 0 for 35 on the parlays.
How deep were the parlays?
Jesus.
Oh, only like 8, 9 legs,
You're
No,
real.
I had a few that I was like, you know what? I got to dial it back. 3 legs, that's all I need.
And you're still dropping.
And I will tell you,
L's.
there's
Ugh.
probably like 5 or 6 throughout the year that I lost by like 1 yard. And this is the best part though. The nice part was, Jason was nice enough to be like, "Hey, Jeremy, how much money have you lost on losing 35 bets in a row?" in front of my wife, and she goes, "What the fuck? How much money have you been spending?" So obviously I lied and said like $50.
What was the true number?
Hey, man, that's what
Like
brothers.
No,
do.
no.
No, it honestly wasn't bad because I was
I
doing
want to
a
say.
lot of like the free bets, a lot of the $1 you get $2.
I like your
free.
$1 bets. I really find those to be quite
Yeah.
fulfilling in terms of if you ever hit, you're
Right.
you're doing
Well,
dancing.
I'd say for myself. So obviously that was just awful. I'm doing a lot better this year. I hit a couple this year, but I don't do these like bets like that to like actually win money. I put like $1 or something on.
So your
and it stays
bets
in
are a
the
clown
account.
car, and you're just hoping it all
No,
works
I mean
out.
I want to win, but
I want to
if,
win.
if I maybe put together like 4 or 5 that are like, oh, like I could actually cash this out, but I'm not like, oh, I'm trying to go.
You're one of those
and-
guys. Let it ride. you
Yeah,
know,
I'm
all
not
the way
like, hey, I'm
through.
putting on $100, $200 bets to try to win like $5 grand.
Were you trying to like
You know.
juice the excitement for?
Yeah, that's
the
it. Exactly.
games?
I'm trying to juice the excitement. I got a lot of times I'll pair it up with my fantasy players.
I like it. No, I like
so
it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
like tonight I put Fields all on the over, so I'm like, let's go.
He's crushing
He's
it
got
today.
the over.
So
He's on my fantasy team, so it's good until then
Until
he
it's not.
fumbles and he throws a pick, and but it makes it a little more fun on for me and too this is for some of those parents. I don't always get to watch all the games, so at least I can kind of. I got something else.
Right,
you
a
know,
little
I
bit
can't-
juice,
I
a little
can't-
bit juice on it.
It's a bold
Gambling.
strategy. It's like if you get a sport you're not that interested in, start betting on it. You're gonna pay attention to it a little bit more. You're gonna get excited about
Right.
it. You can get your friends to throw some
Yeah.
money.
I
on
love it.
have
We're
some
going
fun.
through the psychology of gambling.
Oh,
This,
yeah.
this
There
is
you
a
go.
great.
You know what gets me? Fucking basketball betting.
Oh, I love it.
Will they hit a 3-pointer in the next minute? Give me $5 on that. Let's go.
I like Homer Simpson's explanation of gambling. It's like you like ice cream, right? Yeah. Well, gambling's like the sprinkles and the little cookie crumble things. This makes it more exciting to watch sports. He's spot on.
Well,
Yeah,
Jeremy,
that
we
is
have a
fun.
surprise for you. Our next special guest. I'm just kidding.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Yeah, this is.
Say your wife.
This feels
Is it
like
Homer
this feels
Simpson?
like Maury or something. Now.
I was gonna say, dude, this is not planned
Maury.
at all. This is a bunch of jackasses on a couch talking about whatever.
Hey, that's why we're journeymen. We're not
up.
experts here. We're just
Oh.
trying to give us a halfway decent opinion.
I do have to mention another thing that I think juices up the games is like betting with your friends that you're playing against.
Oh,
in fantasy.
absolutely.
Another bad one on my part. I still owe
This is all
a
getting
trip,
recorded.
A trip
So
to Ruth Chris to Jason.
Oh yes,
We're
yes
still-
you do.
Why Ruth Chris?
Jeremy, would you like to tell?
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll get into
Because
that.
somebody thought it was Outback.
No, nobody thought it was Outback. No, for a while, I was throwing it. I was like, "Hey, you want to play a game of FIFA?" And he's like, "Sure." You want to make it interesting? And I'm like, "Yeah, Ruth Chris." He's like,
And
"Fuck you." I
sorry,
am
just
not
so
doing
that
this."
everybody knows, Ruth Chris is a very fine dining establishment.
nice
very
steakhouse.
pricey.
They have a few
Is there
different
one around here? I
locations.
was gonna
Yeah.
say,
Yeah, by
Uh,
the Morton or the Arboretum in
Arboretum,
Barrington.
yeah.
Yeah. How much?
They have
would you
one
say,
out near me as well. So
How much would you say it's per diner?
you're looking at a $100 plate
Oh,
per
minimum.
person, I think.
That's
minimum.
just for entrees.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Damn.
Yeah, so like I kept throwing it out there. We go play around the golf. Like let's throw around here, and this is like, I don't know. Did you have a real job at this point?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not, right? So I'm like, yo, let's do this, and he kept saying no, and then we finally made it to the fantasy playoffs, and I was like, let's make it interesting, and he goes, Ruth Chris. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, let's do it. and obviously I lost.
So yeah, and just Jeremy, if you can regale us, how long ago was this that we played in the playoffs?
I want to say that we're going on 3. This
Dude,
that
there's
was
some
not last
interest at
season,
this
the season
point.
before, right?
I'm gonna say at least 4 years.
No.
At least 4. Definitely was not COVID times.
Yeah, this is pre-COVID.
This is
Dude,
pre-COVID.
you owe him
I
at
got
least.
kids, man. Leave me alone.
So you're racking up a
Yeah.
Ruth Chris
I
debt. You have
I like how he
multiple
points.
dinners you owe
or
him
he
there?
just
so
points it off
he
on his
so
kids.
so he thinks that when we go, and because he's made
I think
many.
some interest
Domestic,
accrued.
domestic.
Right, I'm
terrorism.
Compounded quarterly.
I'm thinking it's this and another steakhouse. I think, right?
So-
This-
So he's made many stipulations here.
I feel like I
about-
should be invited
there's
at this
one.
point.
Chicken only,
No
no,
alcohol.
steak.
Yeah.
chicken. You get one
Appetizer
appetizer.
only.
That's
The
also
it.
be
fucking
having the
soup
cheapest
is
thing on the
$20.
menu.
Right.
Right.
You
So
can
he's
watch.
made
You can go with me and watch me eat.
yeah. So he's made these stipulations and things like
I
that.
kind of want to do that just to see your eyes when the bill comes.
and I will always tell him that we will go to Ruth Chris. I'm not going to be a real big dick, but you got to know that it, as Ryan said, it's compounding.
There's got to
quarterly
be a
here.
tax, right?
We got some stuff coming. I'm
The
not going to
big
go.
Zin. The
That's-
big Zin.
Yeah, there's
It
there's
goes
gotta
on
be a
top of
Tomahawk.
principal weekly.
So just know that that's coming, and we will go there eventually.
Oh,
Do you think that's gonna end up like
I'm
The
thinking a
Sopranos?
good bottle of wine for yourself.
Yeah.
No, we're going straight cocktails, my
Do you-
friend.
Do you think that's gonna end up like Chrissy and Paulie in The Sopranos?
That's what I was thinking.
Jeremy, he's fucked up.
This asshole still breathing. This asshole.
All right, hold on. Oh, they're kicking the field goal? Why?
Joey Sly.
yeah, go for it.
It's all right, man. Washington fantasy players are
Got it.
down low right now. That's fine.
Sly with 8 points.
But the
today.
Bears got to get it going, man. We can't have another 3
Yeah,
and
if
out.
they score another touchdown, this is gonna be Denver all over again.
Does anybody else think the
Shut
Commander's
up,
name
Bobby.
is stupid? They should add something better.
Like what?
I
The
don't
team
know,
name, you mean?
The Iron Patriots.
Like embrace the replacements. Washington Sentinels.
How-
Bring
I
it to
mean,
real life.
That would be so.
I like that.
I would get their jersey.
Hey, they have a
What
Falco
was
jersey.
Keanu's character? What was his
Falco.
name? Falco. I
They
would
have,
get a Falco
they have
jersey.
Falco
Give
jerseys.
me a,
We saw
give
it
me
at
a
the mall.
Danny Bateman
No, I know.
jersey.
I'm just saying, if
So,
the NFL
yeah.
team adopted the
John
Sentinel
Favreau.
name, I would get a Falco jersey.
Could you imagine being that guy who wrote that movie and be like, "Fuck yeah! Every time they play, I'm making a shit ton of money because they're using my name."
Dude, from a marketing
You watching
perspective,
that on TNT like every week? Hell yeah.
dude,
dude.
from the marketing perspective, I already have it. The Washington Unicorns. In this day and age, you would have sold
Okay.
1 million.
That's got
Billion
Wow.
could
Okay,
you-
this
That's
is
got
why
some-
he's
that's
not
got
part
some
of a
basketball
management
vibes
executive
to it.
decision committee.
I'm just saying though, if you made a rainbow jersey, those are sick. They would have been awesome to get. I
no,
mean,
no
you're
person would
missing
want
out
to be on
so,
the team.
on so much merchandising though, just alone.
I mean, they should have basically just paid Taylor Swift to date one of their players. And
There
they
you
could have been
go.
the Swifties.
Problem solved.
How
the
ridiculous is all
Swifties.
this? Taylor Swift.
I don't like the idea of that as a football team, so I take
Taylor Swift's?
No, that's fine. I
I'm gonna
mean,
go
not
Jay,
the
Jay Cutler
unicorns.
on
The
you.
unicorns is more
Don't
upsetting.
care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah, it's really honestly, it's taken away because like I see this on the broadcast for the Chiefs now. Every time they show up in the box of Taylor Swift, I'm like, it's still football. I'm still gonna watch
we
it,
already
but-
discussed this. This is a 6-month regimen, and then she'll have an awesome multi-million-dollar record that references Kelsey to one degree or another.
Yeah, she's got like a Mount Rushmore going, like John Mayer, Kelsey. Who else we got on there? It's like
I thought
Almost
there was a Jonas brother or
Jonas
something
brother,
like that
yeah.
in there.
I also
So
don't
much.
care, but I just think it's interesting.
It's all right. It's in the
All
in
right.
the current relative.
Let me just
for-
say
yeah.
this
Here we
last
go.
point on that. It is absolutely insane, like the media coverage and
It's
like
annoying.
influence and all that she has from one like her concert tour, like the sales and all that stuff. is,
Sure.
like reigniting the economy, and then now like this. I think the jersey sales are up to like 500% of like the Chiefs and Kelsey. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
I just don't understand.
The
It's
correlation
ridiculous.
is
It's crazy.
when
upsetting.
they break up, they'll all be burning them.
Of course. Of course.
Okay, so the next part that I do want to get to is we're kind of coming to the end here. Hopefully Justin Fields and the Bears can really seal this because again I'm starting to get a little worried. We were up
28
we
to
were up
27. Final score, Washington.
Not
We're up
worried, we
24.
got this.
That's what it's
Now
gonna
we're-
be.
Now we're only up 13. It's not the greatest here, but I do want to go over this upcoming Sunday. I want to get you guys ideas on picks.
Okay, here we
What
go.
what we think is gonna kind of happen here.
I like this. I like this
So-
segment.
If I can,
We
get
got our
to
we got
the
our
right
followers and
tab.
listeners. They're all gonna just give us shit with all of our picks, but we'll see.
I mean,
All
I
again,
think
five
everyone's
of
gonna
them, Bobby.
tune into Jeremy's picks.
I was gonna say if anyone needs
Oh,
a
and
parlay,
35.
hit me up. Here we
Yeah, this
go.
guy,
What the
7,
hell
8
was
leg
that?
parlay.
What was that?
That was sick, nasty.
He's gonna get himself hurt, man. He keeps running into defenders. Like,
He
oh,
couldn't
there
have
we
a choice.
go.
There's a high snap. He just like
You can see, he's,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Go
can
for
see he's, his shoulders now.
Hey, before we get into this,
Here we go.
not super fast. Just a quick question. I think I asked Bobby this. Thursday night football, good or bad? Just quick. We could talk about this for 20 minutes, but
No,
you
let's
start.
not.
You start.
Yeah,
Give me
go
your
for it.
my
opinion
opinion
first.
is get rid of it. Keep Thursday just for Thanksgiving. I think that's the best time.
Love it.
That's one of my favorite days. Eat some of that stuff, like lounge on the couch.
Football and
Um,
turkey. It's
But
America.
most of the time, like this is a pretty decent game. Oh, and his leg is gone. But to be honest, most
yeah,
of the
he's off
time
the
the
field.
games are shit, and I think I'd rather get rid of those games and just keep it on Sunday, Monday. And I think it'd be better. I think most of the players don't want it. That's what it seems like. Most of the players don't like playing, but
I second
just
that.
super-
That's
just
my
super
opinion. I
quick,
second his assessment.
All right,
Yes.
Bobby, I like it. Short and sweet agreement. Ryan, I'm going to ask you two questions. So, one, can you please comment on the Thursday night football games? But after you talk about what you just saw in that game with your man Khalil Herbert.
well, he came back on the field and then looked like his leg gave out him like Booby Miles in Friday Night Lights.
oh,
so
great reference.
It's not like it's
Oh,
good
get
right
loose,
now.
get loose, get loose, get
See,
loose.
I think he went to the doctor in Midland.
DJ Moore is gonna bring it in
Oh,
for 3.
He
No.
went to that Midland doctor. Didn't like what he heard, but he tried to play anyway. It didn't work out. So
No, his knee's good, coach.
Thursday games. I don't know. I think it's good in theory, but they're usually shit games. So
Yeah.
probably better to do away with them. I'd prefer if they could do the Saturday night games, but you got college football. But who gives a shit about college football? Fuck that, honestly. I'd rather just do it on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I think that would be the best if you're asking me.
Okay, Chris?
What I do like about it, all this bullshit where you have to buy all these streaming services to just watch football. I
Yeah.
already pay for Prime. All right. Thursday night game. I can actually watch it, not this bullshit that I have to buy some other
Alright,
thing. Another reason to, sneak away, hang out with the guys. I'm all right with it.
Yeah, that's probably the favorite is just another night to see some football playing or, chat it up, do this. But in terms of like actual football, I'd rather just keep it. What do
yeah,
you think?
I mean, I'm definitely a proponent of we scrap Thursday night, we try and put on a game. I'm honestly exactly echoing Ryan here in that college football is just I don't care about it. ISU when I went there
Don't care.
was so bad that I just don't care about college football in any capacity anymore. So I could really do away with it. We do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, NFL football. I'm in heaven. It's the greatest thing ever, and I think the majority of America would agree.
Aaron, what you think on Thursday night
Yeah.
games?
I think it definitely serves a purpose, and that's trying to broaden the availability of the working world to be able to see games. And right now, it's the only game that I can watch. I know I'm not alone in that room, or in this room, or deck. But I don't see it going away in any time soon, especially when you have
No.
people vying
I didn't
for
even
it.
consider that. That's actually a great perspective.
Yeah, and frankly, I'm kind of surprised that Amazon doesn't have a bigger hold on the share right now. It seems like YouTube's kind of coming back up with securing the NFL ticket, which was what DirecTV had that for ages.
Yeah, it was
They don't got
DirecTV.
shit now.
They have a DirecTV dish up there.
And
You still
I
do,
have
yeah. We can
2
wire it
dishes
up.
that I don't use.
We gotta get that login back. Like you still got that set up.
Right?
and plus, like I've many people too have cut cable, and so if you can't get a good broadcast signal, you are kind of stuck with those streaming platforms. So I'm always excited when a game's on Paramount Plus. Really get that subscription
Yeah.
paying for itself. But
Unless one of your dickhead brothers is also on your account, and you can't watch a game.
Wait, for real? If I'm on at the same time, you can't watch it?
I was trying to watch last week, and I'm like, it's like another user has logged into your device.
Wait, that doesn't allow you to
No,
watch it?
I don't know. I got onto some different one. It looked like I was playing Madden. I had all the routes. They were like following all the guys around.
Whoa,
That's
what are
I
you
could
doing
watch.
to your family?
I mean, the podcast is way above your use of Prime, so sorry. Bob.
Priorities,
I agree.
priorities.
I agree.
Sorry, Charlie.
So, again, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to just go rapid fire. I'm just going to go through the remaining games this week. I just want to get your opinion on them, who you think is going to win.
This is the FFJ's version of Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Yeah. But we got, a couple more games here, so I'm just going to run through it.
Yeah, here we go.
Again, we're going to start with Chris and just go
Be
down
quick.
the line. Jacksonville at Buffalo.
Buffalo. Easy.
Bills.
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 Bills across the board. Houston at Atlanta.
Wow, toilet bowl. Houston.
Give me C.J. Stroud, man.
Atlanta.
Going with Houston.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Atlanta as well. I honestly, I picked up C.J. Stroud this week because I literally had no other options. But Atlanta, honestly, Bijan Robinson's looking
Dude, how about
pretty
his hair?
good. Yeah,
Looks
it
so badass.
looks pretty dope.
I would draft him on hair alone.
All right, next one, Carolina at Detroit.
Detroit, they're unfortunately, I hate to say this, like unstoppable this year.
I have the exact same thing to say. Hate to say it, but Detroit.
Lions.
Detroit's running
Yeah,
it.
Detroit across the board. Carolina, I like Bryce Young, but, again, he's
It's
just
not happening.
You're the
he's
only
too
one.
young. They don't have enough protection there. The next one is Tennessee at Indianapolis.
AFC matchup.
Yeah.
AFC South.
AFC
man.
South.
Yeah,
yeah.
Colts.
division.
Oh, going with the young buck.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Titans. I think they're gonna beat up on them.
Colts.
Sir Henry and Company.
Remember the Titans.
Yep.
The Giants at Miami.
Next.
Next.
Come
Yeah, all right.
on, it's Miami
Next.
running it.
Yeah, I mean.
No, it doesn't
exactly
immediately
what
said.
to say.
Just
it's
next.
so
It's
funny
good.
that everybody.
Go to
wants
the
to
next
know that. All right.
If everyone laughs in your face, we're going to opposite direction. Get
So what do
it?
they set the over/under on that one? 50 maybe?
I don't even know. I mean, can Miami score another 70 burger this
Right?
season? Next one is New Orleans at New England.
Mainly because I've got some New Orleans players on my fantasy. I got to go New Orleans. I got to see them step up their offense.
Yeah, I think New Orleans too. Kamara's back. I think he's a problem.
I'll take the Pats at home.
Yeah, Pat's at home. You have Jameis Winston behind center.
I mean, I think Derek Carr is back.
I
but
need me a W.
but
Come
I-
on, eat me
I-
a W.
I am definitely going New Orleans. I think their defense is going to kind of do Mac Jones in. We got Baltimore at Pittsburgh, AFC North matchup.
Baltimore.
I think Baltimore Pickett's banged up, but Mr. Kiss and Titties himself might get a look in that game.
I'm loving this
might
podcast.
Might
Loving it.
win that starting job back. Just throw it out there. Get him some good coaching. He's back.
That was some. Wow. My head is spinning. from
Some
that.
quality
I'm gonna go
airtime.
Baltimore, especially if Trubisky's playing. Definitely Baltimore, even more.
I'm going to say the exact same thing. Go ahead, Bobby.
Baltimore all day.
If Mitch Trubisky's playing, that I might bet all Baltimore players.
Quick tip: pick up
we
Mitch
got
Trubisky on your fantasy team.
Philadelphia at Los Angeles Rams.
Philly. The Rams are just too inconsistent this year.
I'm going the Rams, dude. Cooper Kupp's back.
Is
you
he?
got Pupa Nakuka. What's his name?
That's
Oh no,
close enough.
he's on my
Nakua?
team and he's kicking ass. So
King Troopa.
King Troopa. Hell yeah.
Give me Philly.
Philly.
Philly. Cincinnati at Arizona.
Cincy.
Cincinnati ain't strong this year.
Cards, baby. I think they take this.
Big upset. Okay.
Give me Arizona. Joshua Dobbs. Is that his name? Or what's his name? The
It's
quarterback.
Dobbs.
Yeah. give me
Romeo
Dobbs.
Dubs.
I'm going with Arizona as well.
Josh Dobbs does not have any
I'm
eyebrows.
Cincinnati all day. I think
correct?
Cincinnati's going to smack Arizona.
Yeah.
Got
That's
no
just me,
eyebrows?
though.
Yeah.
Is that a?
From what? Their stellar
Villanueva.
performance last week?
Yeah. Is he sick or is he just?
I
is that
will
a
not
fashion
comment
choice?
on that
I
because
don't
we
know.
don't know.
Okay.
And we'll move on to the Jets at Denver.
Let's give the Jets some love. They almost took the Chiefs. Let's keep it going, Jets.
Pretty boy. Jets.
Yeah, I go Jets. They got a good defense.
Jets. Jets.
I'm riding Denver. I think Russell Wilson. Russell
There you
Wilson.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
You got one fan here on the podcast, I
Little
guess.
Brokeback
Denver.
over
I
there.
think Russell Wilson will have a decent enough game.
Russell Wilson's a
nothing
butthole.
crazy.
Oh, this guy's gonna
Oh
get
my
murdered.
god, dude. Tackling.
All right, and then we got a couple more games here. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Minnesota Vikings.
Really? Okay, guys, quick on this,
Yeah,
please.
Chiefs.
Yep. All right,
Chiefs.
moving forward.
Okay, everybody got the Chiefs. Dallas and San Francisco, the
This
marquee
is gonna-
matchup.
This is going to be a
of the
hell of
week.
a game. Hell of a game.
This is gonna be a hell of a game. I'm thinking Dallas is gonna take it though.
Is it at Dallas?
At San Francisco.
Oh, at San Fran. Okay.
I picked San Francisco, but it's really. I think it's a toss-up. Depends on what Dallas team shows up.
Give me San Fran. I like the way they look. Purdy's looking good. They got good defense. Cowboys look really shaky. What, like 2 weeks ago against
Cardinals. They
Cardinals?
lost.
Yeah. So give me Niners at home.
CMC and company.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock Dallas. I think Dallas can. Honestly, I hate to say it, I think they can show up, and honestly, if they win that game, people are gonna give them a little bit more respect. And then the last game of the night, last game of the week rather, Green Bay at Vegas on Monday.
Bobby, what do you think?
Green Bay, baby. We got to be able to pull back from that horrible.
Who's playing quarterback
show.
for the Raiders? That's
I believe Jimmy G will be back.
Local
Is
hero
he?
Jimmy G.
Yeah, he's from Rolling Meadows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our other neighbor played with him.
My cousin played with him in baseball way back when. Yeah.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Also EIU, shout out.
Oh, you went to Eastern?
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys got a Walmart. That was a big day for you guys, right?
What are we talking
Dude.
about right now?
We got
Eastern,
who
dude.
you got?
Eastern is.
This is coming from the guy who goes to a professional football team and parks on some guy's lawn for $20.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you're giving me
Packers.
shit because we got a Walmart. What do you got
Yeah.
out there?
All right,
ISU much
Jimmy
better
G's
than
back.
EU.
Oh my
Jordan Love doesn't know what he's doing yet. He's
Dude,
still
don't even give
still
me that
figuring
look.
things out. I'm going Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, Jeremy.
EIU baby.
Oh God.
Let's go.
I think I'm gonna go
Does
Pack.
he have Tony Romo? This guy's dick face.
All right, hold on. Yeah. Absolute powerhouse for a little bit of people in the NFL. Let me name some names for
Here
you.
we go. Here we
Mike Shanahan, Brad Childress, Sean Payton, Tony Romo, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Some of those are coaches, by the way.
go. Yeah, a majority were
in
coaches.
the NFL. They are part of the NFL.
That's
John
fine.
Yurkovich.
Yes, Yurko, exactly.
All right, Ryan, who's your pick?
Probably gonna go Packers because Jimmy G still like come off the concussion. They say Adams went from healthy to questionable now, so if he doesn't
yeah.
play,
If Adam's not in
especially,
there, there's no
yeah,
way.
I'm gonna go Packers.
And I'm gonna go with the Packers. I just don't think Las Vegas got it. Even if you throw it to Devontae Adams a bunch, I'm just not buying it just yet. But with that, and kind of coming to a wrap on this, I do want to thank the gracious host, Jeremy, for having us over. Man, this was a good night. I think everybody here had a good time. Any final thoughts from the guys on the game here? We got about a couple minutes left.
Yeah, here's my final thought. Do you really think that we're going to hold this lead and win the game? Or
I hope so, for
do you
your
think
sake.
that
For
we're going
God.
to sign off and have to come back with an apology statement in the next episode of how bad things went afterwards?
All right, run it through the gauntlet. Chris, what do you think? Yes or no?
We're gonna pull it off. I kind of have a feeling it's gonna be
Bold
close,
confidence.
but we're gonna pull it off.
I just watched 5 penalties in a row.
I think the Bears pull this off. This guy looks like shit, whatever his name is. Howell.
Probably Bears, but I'm not really confident. I really don't give a shit because Khalil Herbert got
Probably
hurt.
Bears.
Yeah,
No,
Ryan-
Bears.
Ryan is so mad.
probably Bears.
Yeah.
Ryan's so mad right now.
Ryan's
He's
also
fantasy.
been crying
If,
for the last 20
if
minutes of
Washington
this.
doesn't convert to a touchdown on this drive, Bears.
Bears all day. All right, guys. Aaron, any final thoughts here?
Yeah. Why you keep on forgetting about me?
Yeah, you keep skipping them.
Yeah. I'm going to
Please
quote
don't sue us. Anyone that we've
Did
done
you not just
libel
start off
or,
that last little
slander
Oh, 100%
today?
because you forgot about me.
Please don't sue.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyone
gonna
that we've either
Anyone that
intentionally
we've
or
slandered
unintentionally
today.
slandered.
I'm gonna run out my thoughts with a good Ronald Reagan quote: "Trust but verify."
Okay.
That's
We don't
not about this
verify anything.
podcast.
No, but it is about the
Opposite of what
Bears.
we want.
That's not the heart of our
All
podcast.
right.
Final thoughts. How often out here are we getting October night that is this nice
Oh, this
to
is
sit outside?
This is
Sit
beautiful.
outside,
We
have
got
a couple
70
beers
degrees.
with the guys and watch some football.
Who knows? It was 80
No mosquitoes, too.
past
Love
few
it.
days.
Midwest folks will understand.
Midwest
We'll
folks
take it.
will understand, and that's going to do it for us. I do Want to thank everybody that listened to this. Again, like and subscribe on the Fantasy Football Journeymen podcast. I mean, they're gonna hear it anyway, and
That's
hopefully,
true. And to be fair, since the
To be
first one went
fair.
out, they are both liking and subscribing.
yeah, we're actually doing some
We actually have some momentum.
The numbers
all right.
are jumping off the fucking charts.
Surprising
right now.
numbers.
That's what I
A
wanna
winning
say.
streak.
I've seen the numbers, and you guys, you know what? We're growing exponentially.
more than
And I say
expect-
we.
There's this. Yeah, now you're part
I
of
say
it.
we because
Yeah,
His
I've
voice
joined
needs
this
to be on
for
more
a
podcasts.
couple minutes, but the numbers are blowing up right now.
you guys again. You guys are now part of the FFJP. I don't know if that's we had the P in there,
They're
but
gonna
definitely the
score,
FFJ family. So we thank you guys for joining in today, and we will talk to y'all at another time.
Put this on the podcast. I might have a chance to have sex.